Continuing on with the August of 1999 Gamesmaster magazine. So looks like we've got here is Jet Force Gemini. Data. Format previewed N64, price £40. Out August. Developer Rare. GoldenEye fame. Publisher Nintendo. Call 01703 653 377. Players 1 to 4. Special features none. Other formats none. Well, there isn't none then, but now there is. Obviously, it's all on Exoboxy. The preview review was Tim Weaver. That other one from Rare, right? Oh, no. Well, actually, yes. But while Donkey Kong 64 and Perfect Dark might grab all the headlines, Jet Force Gemini is just as good. So what we've got here is the new game, First Shots. Overshadowed in recent months by the bigger named Perfect Dark 64 and Donkey Kong 64, Jet Force Gemini actually had many people believing it's the most impressive of the trio at last month's E3 show. Do you remember E3? Of course, these people are very wrong. As anyone knows, Perfect Dark is going to be the greatest game the world has ever seen. But compared to this, Jet Force is still an absolute grade A stormer. Like a bigger, better, beefier version of last year's fantastic Body Harvest, Jet Force cutesy exterior is merely a cover-up for a little vacuum packed with goo-filled violence. Indeed, such is the level of gun-toting action that Nintendo has actually been expressing some concerns about the age of the central twosome. Something that's led to a bit of a facelift. See, by the time you'll next get a glimpse of the game, two central characters, twins Juno and Velda, they will have changed from the weapon-flying teenagers and the couple of 20-somethings. A big difference, but thankfully, despite this, the game retains its brilliance. So basically, it was violence on a Nintendo game. Luke Skywalker. You see what they did there. You can also play as Lupus the dog. He comes complete with a jetpack, allowing you to swoop into foe-infested areas. Come boy, kneel. There's a good boy, horrible eyes mind. Oh, isn't that cute? How You See Me. To make its third-person view even easier, Jet Force fades your chosen characters out while the camera creeps up close to them. Now just pick off those enemies. Sounds like it's a bit of a GTA sort of situation going on there. Look into my eyes, you are feeling sleepy. It looks like he's been on, let's not say what he could have been on. Bugs, a central ingredient at Jet Force Gemini. Bugs. Multiplayer lock-on means even more opportunities for the brain sprattling nasty. Crisp 360 movement means that the freedom to take out anything around you. Fading out provides a superb way of looking around you easily. Just look here. Witchcraft. Just don't put the pad on a foot. Jump into the multitask Gemini craft and use it as a spaceship hoverboard or even a Wipeout style pod thing. The later is most fun. Wipeout, not quite. But the twins get to spend a lot of time inside the various craft. Looking at the stunning viewing distance. Fogging. What's that? That's actually quite impressive for the N64 at that time. Like I said, that obviously it's going through a camera and it's a rendering of a screenshot. But that's actually quite a nice image. And also it hasn't been tarted up, as they call it, in the for the boxes for gaming back in the day. There's a whole host of tasty weaponry in Jet Force, and they can do all nice bit of damage. Our particular favourite was the head-removing buzzsaw blade. Watch the goose spew. Spoilerish. A variety of weapons means a whole world of hurt for those bugs. Swimming underwater is another way to get around a Jet Force Gemini. Incredibly, the game doesn't even run with an expansion pack, and yet it looks like the bee's knees. How do Rare do it? Well, that's interesting, because if it doesn't got the expansion pack, I'm pretty certain you could use it for this game, but don't quote me on that. Jet Force Gemini is pretty messy, though not on the Torek 2 scale. You can dissipate, impale, dismember, and blow up bugs. Interesting. Blood in a Rare game. Yep, those bugs are real squeal. Keep an eye on the left-hand corner. This is when you get to see how much ammo you're running around with. So basically, normal games like that add one arch for ammo, another arch for armor. I know the GoldenEye did. The spectacularly named Floyd the Droid is Jet Force's equivalent of Zelda's Navi, floating around your head and warning you when danger is about to strike. Useful that. Navi Floyd probably didn't require too much thought and rest part, bless him. There's an old Floyd. There's an old Floyd just right there. Doesn't look much, but still. Okay. Vele has a walk around Jet Force, frankly wondrous world. Nice girl, her. Ewok and Roll. Those flat-headed furballs are the main focus of your mission. You must rescue a certain number to complete the level. Like GoldenEye scientists, however, you can get away with killing off a few of them, especially with the buzzsaw. Interesting. Ewoks. Rescue them and they let out a little yelp of gratification. Nice, huh? An Ewok cutscene. Watch them huddle around the fire and go up at their tasty looks. Vela meets up with one of the higher rank affairs. Pithy conversation, we bet. Fortunately, you're feeling mean. You can take a couple out, but only a couple. Okay. The first impressions. After years of C button-led movement, getting used to Jet Force Jeremiah's control system takes a bit of time. This is how it works. The analog stick is used for movement, while right C and left C provide the game's strafing function. Subsequently, this allows you to circle an enemy while firing it, and with the Z. The effect is definitely a bit odd to begin with, but it's actually quite effective once you start to get a feel for the proceedings. The other buttons have a more traditional job. Jumping is performed with a touch of the A button. Reloading is completed with B. R allows you to aim like GoldenEye, while you can scroll through an unconfirmed number of weapons using the top C and bottom C buttons. Mastering the game's controls is definitely a must before you wade in Jet Force, as the game gets pretty hard pretty quick, and because it's third person, at least you most of the time, see now you see me, it's even harder to pick off multiple enemies without a firm grasp of the control mechanisms. Fortunately, the game's initiative lock-on and expectantly thought out camera means it won't be too long before you bulge in bugs with bullets. And anyways, while you're getting to grips with the controls, why not go up at the scenery? Good cop and bad cop. No problems here, as everything about JFG reeks of playtesting. Not the most original concept, but does anyone actually care? Bloody hell. Sums up 2024. After a little bit of character tweakage, JFG will arrive at the end of August. It's going to be great. Keep your eyes peeled for GM's gunfiring review over the next couple of months. Never played it. I have heard it's actually quite a good game. It's one of them weird franchises that seem to have disappeared, although don't quote me on this because I never really got into gaming past the N64 and the PlayStation genre. I moved on to PC gaming after I got rid of my consoles. But apart from that, yeah. Oh, you lucky thing. He's got two N64s. Could you actually link them up? I know you could link the PlayStation up. Anyway, that was my little review of Jet Force Jeremiah for the N64 from August of 1999. Thank you very much for watching. And what's in the next video? Oh, 40 winks. I think that's what I need later on. See you soon, folks.